Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina and this is Cat and Moon Budgets, and we have little Opal here as our little mascot today. If you're new, just say hello, welcome to you. If you've been here before, we're just gonna kind of go over November now that it's November 1st, and kind of just do like a little recap of what the plan is so far. So I'm gonna zoom in just, okay, so we are here. This is today. Halloween was yesterday, and it was snowing yesterday morning, so we didn't know if we were going to go trick-or-treating. We lasted a whole 5 minutes, but that's okay. The boys handed out a few pieces of candy, and then we didn't get anybody for like 35 minutes to 40 minutes, so we turned our light off. So yeah, we live in like a little cul-de-sac though, so like it didn't have a lot of kids to begin with, but that's okay. It was so cold. I told the boys we're going to plan a warm costume and a cold costume and just bet on it being the cold costume. So we need to get a little more creative with our costumes to suit Wisconsin weather. But anyway, so I already paid rent and everything that was due the 1st. I don't have anything coming out on the 4th anymore because I canceled Hulu because we weren't watching it. And I really only had it for like watching 911 or The Handmaid's Tale, but then I just wasn't using it. So I'm like, why am I paying for this? I have my Apple Music coming out that I do use like all the time. Apple Storage came out, actually, it's like pending right now. But the date says the 7th, so that's what I have it as, but I already budgeted for it, so it's $3. I get paid on the 10th. So then I highlighted Charter, which is on auto pay. That's why it says AP. Capital One is due on the 16th. Microsoft the 19th. 20th is PayPal. I should probably think about getting a yearly thing for Microsoft now that I think about it. My phone's on auto pay. Allstate, I have one installment left, and then I have to start back over for rentals insurance. So Thanksgiving, I have to work on PMs, but then we get paid on the 24th. And hopefully I'll have that day off. But then we have Amazon Kids, Alliant, Netflix, and then rent for December 1st. And then I have like the business things, Canva and vidIQ is 23. So this is like the very basic. I don't have anything else in here yet because I have to look up like medication dates and stuff like that. And I don't know how much that'll be yet because I have to call and talk about my prescriptions because mine are $25 and they should be like 10. So I have to like call my insurance's prescription line and figure out why they're so expensive because honestly, $50 for 2 of my medications a month is a little extreme for me. But I mean, whatever. I don't even know if I need the one anymore, but I for sure need the Ajovy because I feel so much better without it or with it. The end of the month sheet as like a beginning of the month budget. So that way I plan on using sinking funds for Christmas. Kids, I budgeted 100, which I already almost spent that because they needed boots yesterday. And my cycle started the 30th for this month. So yeah, that's real fun. Plan to save like $100, medical budgeted 50, debt 120, biz 30, eating out 180, household toiletries 200, subscriptions 100, gas 150, utilities is going to be about 500 because I don't think our water bills do, and then rent is $13.20 because I had it on a fee that I keep getting charged for some stupid reason, and the renter's insurance. So these are like the pure basics of what we have going on. I'll spend November, and my rules are no video games for myself. Absolutely not. If I do, like, it has to be budgeted and I have to wait for it. So I'm getting a refund on a couple of things. I bought City Skylines 2, a computer game for my kids, and I like to play it too, and I wanted the updated one and they wanted it, but it was a $60 game and I can't even play it on my computers. Like, I need a better graphics card and everything. I'm like, no. So I asked for a refund and they're refunding me. And then I returned like a sensory vest that Jackson didn't like because he said it didn't have enough compression to it, like a weighted blanket. So I also have a rule that I pay myself first, meaning all of the savings, like emergency fund, Christmas, our family wizard, like those basics, get paid first, not the other way around. Christmas for kids is my exception of spending, and that's the only exception I have besides bills, obviously, like the main core bills that we need, because that gets out of hand very fast. But this is my budget from when I got paid on Friday. So I got paid on the 27th. I know I'm a week behind, but that's okay. I'm playing a little bit of catch up. So I have another piece of paper. We'll go like this. Okay, so my income, I budgeted a $1,700, and that was just because I calculated out how many hours overtime, how many hours I worked total, and just used my last check for estimation and downplayed it. So my actual was $1,725, and then I had $250 unexpected refund from my college, so I put that in, and so that gave me $1,975 total. Let me zoom in a little bit because this is hard to see. Sorry, I'm adjusting. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, so these are the monthly bills that I have as like half to be's. There we go, that's a lot better. So we have rent I paid on the first, $364 is what I budgeted for that part, but I actually paid $283 because I realized that we had enough of our water portion that like I could just take it out of the next check, like $20 is all that we have about left for the 3 months. So I just did the $283, which was what was left out of the water bill for rent for this month. Alliance $157 budget billing. Netflix is always like 16 and some change, so I call it 17. I crossed out Hulu. Apple is like 6 and some change, so I call it 7. Apple storage is 3. I saved $275 that was left over in my account to the emergency fund. And then Bentley's birthday meal was $45. I did not budget for that, but then I just added it in. And then for gas, so we have $11.88 left over after that. So gas is $80. I'm not done buying gas. Like I don't even think I've bought gas on this paycheck yet, but I will. And so like right now I'm averaging $150 a month for gas, which is so nice because I was at $240 when I was going to Stoughton for the agency job. Household toiletries, I guessed about 80, and so far we did 68.11, and that was just like toilet paper, batteries, toothpaste, that kind of stuff. Like I'm lumping it all into one now because it's easier for me to track. Over the counter meds, I did 30 because I didn't know what we would need. Like if the kids get sick, I got to check our inventory and see like what we need to have on hand. But we pretty much have a lot of it. Drinks, I did 30. I really want to just combine that into eating out, but I don't know. Eating out, we did 45. At the time, I did add more to that, so we're probably already over this paycheck for eating, honestly, eating out. Entertainment, I did 25, and then prescriptions, I planned on 25, but it was really 0 because I still qualify for Badger Care because I'm not required to update my income until February, so I'm literally following that rule and writing it out as long as I can while I get my prescriptions figured out. I have an appointment Friday to like really talk with him about like, am I taking what's working for me? Like, is this essential for me kind of thing moving forward? So that left us with about $830 left over was the plan. And then I did this immediately. So I did 12 was what I planned on, and I ended up doing 24 just because I almost have it maxed out. So I'd really like to just have enough in there to pause for the rest of the year because it's due in May. So I can really resume it next year. And I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. I put $40 more in Christmas. So I have like $200 in there, I believe. I'd have to double check, but I can put it like right here if you guys are really curious. Excuse me. clothes, I budgeted 50 and spent 22. I got myself this really nice like turtleneck sweater. It's really warm, and so it's just something nice looking that's not a sweatshirt, but it's like warmer. So I can, like yesterday, I was wearing this with a t-shirt underneath and I was comfortable. Like right now, I have a long sleeve shirt on that I wore underneath my costume yesterday, and this, and I'm really comfortable even when I took the boys to school. So that's really nice for me because I really don't like coats. They're too tight in the shoulders. I don't know. It's just weird feeling. Then Office I did not budget for, and I spent 67 because I had to replace my hard drive. I don't know what keeps happening to them, but they keep stop working and it has my Sims game on it. So I got a new one with a protection plan, and then if something happens, they can like replace it, and like the restart, reformat options disappeared off of it. Like it won't even pop up on the computer anymore. So I had to replace that. And that's just like where I put my extra pictures and stuff of the kids too. So like my Google Drive is getting full, so I want to put them onto the hard drive and organize them and go through them and stuff because I really want to be able to do a scrapbook for the boys pretty soon. So like it's a cumulative one of like their school years and their life. Winter gear is 100 I budgeted for, and I spent 75. So we do still have some there to like rearrange for the kids. And then Capital One, I wanted to make an extra payment. I just haven't yet because I have to kind of like make sure I have everything else first. Like I have quite a bit of money left over for my check, which I'm very proud of, and I want to keep it that high. And then groceries, I'm tracking. So my grocery situation, I have been writing out my COVID because I qualified. I was a part-time student, part-time working, and that made me eligible. Well, then my boyfriend moved in, and we don't do separate food really, even though we probably should because he eats like we're just on different schedules now that I'm on PM. So like he'll eat his own cereal and stuff like that. So I thought about doing that and then like applying again because as long as I'm in school, I qualify, I believe. I'd have to like double check that, but I'm trying to track how much we have because I have like $600 left on the card. And so I did use them this past time because with the winter stuff and everything, my Walmart bill was like $240. And that was just with the essentials, majority of it. And so I'm like, oh my God. Because I grind my teeth in my sleep, I'm trying to get a mouth guard that fits. So I have to fit that when I'm done with this video while it uploads and stuff. But yeah, just the food of what food stamps covers was $170.63. And I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. And that was just like going off of previous things and getting things that like had gone bad. So I'm really having to like keep track of our fruits and the salads and stuff and make sure I'm using them promptly because I feel like I just threw out so much food the other day. It was absolutely ridiculous. So that's something I really want to work on is leftovers and everything like that. But this is what we're looking at. And I want to start writing down what I bought at Walmart and stuff for like the different categories. So I count this as entertainment, but I really did it as office. So like I'm just tracking down like what exactly we bought, what the price was, so that way I can kind of like estimate ahead of time how fast we're going through. Because I'm trying to like combine stuff. Like I have 571.72. I bought Subway the other night because my boyfriend was, but then he's like, I don't have my phone. I don't know how much is on my card. So like I just told him like I'll buy dinner this time because usually he buys the eating out stuff if we eat out, and then like I just make the food at home. So we did that and it worked out pretty well. Another big thing I did was the end of last month, I was looking at everything and I'm like, it'd really be nice to have like that $33 a month back. And I had the extra money now, like my overtime, that like extra $250. So I paid off my computer that I got off of Amazon. Was that necessary? No, but I didn't really feel like the need to keep having to pay interest and stuff on it and everything like that. So I just decided to pay that off and whatever and just kind of call it a day. So like if I hadn't done that, we would have been completely fine with like this being higher. But I'm just trying to like picture how much money we have left, how to budget like my car payment and groceries, mainly just working groceries in now. So if I had paid the 170, we'd be at like 300, 400, $400 right now, which is actually really, really good. And we still have next week to go through. So I'm just kind of like hiding my debit card, telling myself I don't need things when I feel the crunch to go do them. And I did have a beauty expense because I've been wanting to get the Intersense like hair foam, and oh my god, that is the best $28 you will ever spend if you have a perm or curly hair or even like straight hair and you want a lot of texture and definition to your hair because it's like slightly wavy. I will forever be buying Intersense. Like I love it. Highly recommend it. It's like $70 for a shampoo and a conditioner, but it is the cleanest ingredients you will find. It smells so good and it feels so light in your hair and everything. And I'm just like, oh, the foam's like a gel and a mousse mixed together, but like it has a really light, strong hold, which is so weird to say, but I'm going off on a tangent. So that's all I have for you guys right now. I will think of another video to do to like kind of do next week. We'll for sure be doing a paycheck planning for the next paycheck though, and just kind of going along, trucking along as we come across things. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to like, comment, interact with me, and subscribe if you are not already. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.